And the lead takes us to the Australian plane. Looks like it. Excellent. To Australia.
It's not much of a lead, but it's all I've got.
Yeah, you can check their Moby page. Moby Games.
Please take your seat and fasten your seatbelt. The aircraft will be moving shortly.
Yeah, there's a Flintstones game. 2 Brunswick games, Flintstones bowling, Tiger Woods, 99, and the 2 Pink Panthers.
Big day for wildlife travel. First the croc, now the panther.
Take a look at the brochure. Man, someone made a mess here.
Hello, Pink Panther, and thank you for flying Air Schmarty. We'll be cruising at an altitude of 42,000 feet today. Once we finish our climb, you can remove your seatbelt and move freely about the cabin.
Thank you. What is this?
Cutthroat entrepreneur scores prime real estate? Huh. The notorious DOG has struck again, this time ousting longtime residents of Happy Farm's retirement home from their sprawling acreage. He's unstoppable. Happy Farm's director reported, once he has his mind set on a property for his dog burger restaurant, you may as well pack your bags. Dog burger restaurant? At Camp Chiliwawa? Could it be?
Are you sure this thing is on, Pug?
Positively. Just to be extra safe, I'll turn the volume way down.
Now this time, we're sure to get it right, man.
Yep, we'll apply what we learned from the last time and keep our identities hidden.
You won't even know it's a hijacking.
Well, we'll just keep on flying round the world. He'll never get in the dog father's fur again.
And there's no way he can escape.
That's right, Louie. He would never be smart enough to use the parachute again. Even if he was, he would never think to wait 10 seconds before pulling the cord. You know, so he doesn't get stuck on the jet and all.
Awesome. All right. Can we we can't examine the tracks. That's too bad. Can't even push the button. Oh wow, we can't even get the parachute this time? No. All right. Oh, I guess we got to undo our seatbelt to do anything. Oh. All right, parachute it is. Parachuting out to Australia, I assume.
Can you give me a hand?
My people have always extended their hand to the white man, but have only been betrayed in return.
What about the Pink Man?
We never had Pink.
I promise I'll bring no harm to your people.
Bring no evil goodies either.
Evil goodies?
Cigarettes, alcohol. Joni loves Chachi reruns. My people knew nothing of these perils
Joni and
until...
Chachi.
I promise I'll bring no harm to your people.
Shots fired indeed. Is that Ayers Rock or? I like how we went all the way into the outback from the from the ocean. All right, let's get an Australia save here. Okay, what do we got?
That is called a Dendroglyph. The carving on the tree marks the burial place of a loved one. Some Aborigines mummify their loved ones and bury them in a place like this.
This is a carved tree. It shows where someone's buried.
Does it really? The dreaming. There are also dreaming stories that explain how certain landmarks came into being. At the Rock of Uluru, for example. Uluru. Remember, that was in Lost Eden. There was Uluru. I've not forgotten that. Uluru. There is a legend that a group of poisonous snakes once killed a Woma python by hurling spears at it. Some of the spears missed and hit the rock instead, which explains why there are holes in the surface of Uluru. The Woma python's aunt, angry at her nephew's death, killed one of the poisonous snakes with a stick. The snake's body is visible on the rock surface as a wavy dark line on an otherwise light-colored part of the rock face. Art depicting the dreaming.
That is called a Dendroglyph. The carving on the tree.
It's the same hotspot. We got a turtle with a little stone on it. Okay. Another tree back here.
That bark is our canvas. We paint on tree bark and use it for many other useful things. Up there are eucalyptus leaves, the koala's favorite snack.
Eucalyptus leaves.
This is a eucalyptus tree. The leaves contain a chemical that makes animals sleepy when they eat them.
Yeah, little known facts, we know they can be killed by both, as it turns out. The lonely outback. Australia is the least densely populated continent on Earth. Are you sure? Are you sure about that, game? Are you sure it's the least densely populated continent on Earth? Are you positive? I may know some people who might disagree with you there. Just saying, game. Australians call their wilderness the outback. Occupying most of Western Australia, the outback is primarily a desolate terrain, crisscrossed by dry riverbeds and very few paved roads. As Australia is quite large, accounting for 5% of the world's landmass, the outback can seem endless. Sometimes trucks that break down while crossing the outback have been abandoned simply because the cost to tow them hundreds of miles to the nearest repair shop would be higher than the total value of the truck. Yeah, Antarctica is discovered in 97. The dry grass and sparse trees in Australia's outback make it one of the most desolate places on Earth. The most famous feature of the outback is Uluru, or Ayers Rock. Another unique site in the outback are the dugout homes in Coober Pedy, where people live in abandoned opal mines. Although it only has a population of 23,000, Mount Isa in the Queensland outback claims to be the largest city in the world, covering an area of 20,000 square miles. But what really draws people to the outback is the stark isolation and simple beauty it offers. A typical road in the outback. All right. What's going on with these ants?
A lot of bugs.
This is a termite mound. It's full of millions of insects fantasizing about oak dining room sets. They're one of the biggest causes of carbon dioxide on the planet, which contributes to the greenhouse effect.
Wait, really? Termites? Oh, look at this platypus and a koala. We got a ram, kangaroo, dingo. A dingo ate my baby. Okay. Can't do anything with the turtle, though, interestingly enough.
That is the mark from where my canoe was carved. We take only what is needed. We do not destroy the whole tree to make one small canoe.
That's very resourceful of you. I can't click on Arizona.
You look like an agile panther. Would you mind fetching some witchetty grubs for me?
It's the least I can do to repay you for rescuing me.
Why do you run away? Koala. Look at all these animals. There's a platypus over here.
I'm a duck-billed platypus. Is it me, or am I unusually funny-looking?
It's just you.
This is a duck-billed platypus. He has poisonous spurs on his ankles, and he can swim underwater with his eyes closed and not bump into anything.
Oh, that's cool. Platypus. The platypus is one of the most bizarre animals in the world. Although it is a mammal and nurses its young with milk, it does not give birth to live babies but lays eggs instead. Although furry, it has a bill like a duck's. Its webbed feet have claws, and the males have poisonous spurs on their hind feet. When British explorers first sent specimens of the platypus to the British Museum in London, the scientists thought it was a hoax. They couldn't believe such a strange animal existed and accused the explorers of sewing together parts of different animals to make fake specimens. The platypus, which is about 20 inches long, mainly eats worms, tadpoles, and small shellfish. It lives in burrows on riverbanks and spends a lot of time in streams. When it is underwater, it closes its eyes and seals its ears and relies on its bill to feel its way around. It moves its tail like a rudder to steer as it swims. The platypus lives in climates in Australia ranging from warm to near freezing. It is very sensitive to disturbances and pollution, so it rarely lives near people. As it is such a unique animal, it seldom has to compete with others for habitat or food, and this has helped ensure its survival. A duck-billed platypus swims with its eyes closed, relying on its sensitive beak to guide it. Phosphorescent, eh? All right, it looks like we're going to pause here for some buys. I think we're going to take a quick bio break. So we will be back on the other side. Hopefully we'll be nearing the conclusion. This is our last country, Australia. Might have another sequence back, of course, at the camp, but should be able to do it. So we'll take a brief break and be back. Oh, just missed one there from Mr. Wrecking at the end. 3 more fruit sellers here. Rex Nebula. Okay. Well, thank you, Tethies, for that yummy bride. We got to learn more about animals here in Australia.
I would give my left paw for some eucalyptus leaves.
We'll just jump over to the eucalyptus tree.
This is a koala. It carries its young in a pouch on its back, a baby backpack.
Baby backpack? Marsupials, animals with pouches. Marsupials are mammals that give birth to their young before the babies are fully developed. A tiny marsupial baby, blind and hairless, climbs up its mother's fur into a pouch where it lives for some months. It finds its way up to the pouch by feeling the direction in which the mother's hair lies. There are 150 kinds of marsupials, and they live almost exclusively in Australia. Can anyone name marsupials not in Australia? Koalas live in gum trees, drink very little water, and carry their young in pouches. Kangaroos are among the best-known marsupials, as are koalas. Often referred to as a koala bear because it looks like a bear, the koala's closest relative is really the wombat. The koala has gray hair, a wide face, a black nose, and round ears with tufts of fur on them. As they are marsupials, they have pouches in which to house their young. Despite their adorable appearance, koalas are quite irritable and will scratch and bite if disturbed. Koalas only eats the leaves of eucalyptus trees, also called gum trees. The eucalyptus leaves also contain a drug which makes the koalas sleep a lot. They sleep in trees, clinging to their branches with their sharp claws. Ooh, possum, yes, very good. You had one in your backyard. Nice, Emerson, nice. Hey, bed. The Tasmanian Devil is another marsupial. It is dark blue with a bushy tail and a white chest. The Tasmanian Devil used to live in various parts of Australia, but now can only be found on the island of Tasmania to the south. Even though it is only 25 inches long, it can kill a sheep. It has massive bone-crushing jaws and a scary, growling whine. Tasmanian devils live alone and come out at night to hunt for birds and mammals, or, if unsuccessful, to feed on animals that are already dead. But this is not a Tasmanian devil. This is a wombat, another Australian marsupial.
I would give my left paw for some eucalyptus leaves.
I bet you would.
I'm a marsupial. That means I tote my wee ones in a pouch. Well, not just any pouch. My pouch. You want to see? Joey, get out here.
Yeah, Ma?
Is he adorable?
Ma, you're embarrassing me.
I think you're embarrassing everybody right now.
This is a kangaroo. She likes to jump and box.
Boxing, eh? Kangaroos. The kangaroo, nicknamed the Roo, is native to Australia. It is a furry animal that hops along the ground on its big, powerful hind legs, covering up to 30 feet in one leap. Able to reach a top speed of 30 miles per hour, the kangaroo relies on its thick tail for balance when jumping. The kangaroo has short forelimbs with claws and a small head with big ears. It eats plants and is mostly nocturnal, meaning it is active at night. When a kangaroo fights or boxes, it seizes its opponent with its forelimbs and rears up on its tail to kick and claw with its hind legs. Kangaroos travel in groups called mobs. The oldest male in the group, called the boomer, or the old man, leads the mob. Kangaroos are marsupials. Their most unique feature is the pouch on the female's belly where they keep their young. The baby, or joey, lives there for 7 to 10 months. Okay. Wow, dead possums from your house twice, damn. That must have been fun. There are 47 types of kangaroos. The most common is the gray kangaroo. The red kangaroo is the biggest, weighing over 200 pounds and measuring 9 feet. The smallest kangaroos are the size of mice. Oh yeah, like we saw one of those in Island of Dr. Brain. The kangaroo population boomed after European settlers came to Australia and cleared the land for grazing. This opened up pasture lands for the kangaroos, who are grazing animals. They even have a special section at the front of their stomachs for breaking down plant cellulose. Unfortunately, the graziers don't like kangaroos eating grass that is meant for their cattle, so there are yearly kangaroo hunts called culls to keep the population down. Kangaroo meat is nutritious, although not a first choice on most Australian menus. Wallabies are members of the kangaroo family. This one is relaxing, tired from jumping around all day. All day long. The platypus does have a poisonous spur, yes. Kangaroo headlocking a dog? Wow. That's quite a thing. I've not seen that video.
Howdy! Got a question about the bush? Ring the bell, and in I whoosh.
Where can I get some witchetty grubs?
In our witchetty bush. You dab at the roots with a pointed stick until you feel them give. If they do, there are witchetty grubs free for the spearing.
Thanks.
Okay. We can't learn about turtles, apparently.
I'm a thrilled lizard. I'm in a terrible rush. I'm not dangerous. Can't talk. Gotta run.
Oh, we can't learn about you now. I'm sure he'll be back.
Hey, what are you doing?
I'm psyching myself up over here.
For what?
Is he an
For a
anteater?
huge mound of termites.
This is a spiny anteater.
Yes.
He has hairy holes for ears, but no neck.
What? He doesn't have a neck? Well, it doesn't seem to be an option here to learn about him. I guess they didn't do a specific entry for him.
This is a termite mound. It's
Right, and this just goes back here too. All right, so we can't learn about termites nor anteaters. Spiny anteaters. Sorry, everybody. Oh, actually, oh shoot, while we were there, we should have gotten the leaves.
I bet that's a witchetty bush. I can just feel it. I bet that's a witchetty bush. I can just feel it.
So why not feel it more with your damn paws? All right, I kind of missed, I was writing down the thing, so I missed what she said about how do you get the grubs, but I guess it'll become clear later. Let's see if we can get some leaves. I'll also try ringing her again, I suppose. Hairy holes for ears.
Potent.
All right, eucalyptus leaves procured. She goes over to the koala.
My prayers are answered.
There's the stick to get the witchetty grubs. Thank you, sir. Looks like he's doing unseen things to the kangaroo. Try chowing down.
Yes! Grubs galore. I win.
Do you, though? Do you really? Okay, can't get the stick back. Well, how do we get the Aborigine back here? Anybody want my witchetty grubs? Suppose not. Alright, ring the bell again. Hopefully someone will come. No, not you.
I'm a mammal with reptilian tendencies. I lay eggs like a bird or a lizard, but I also nurse my young.
I'm sure you do. Can you? Okay, we can't hit the bell again, I guess, because this is Pink. Pink's nose.
Oh, thanks, Panther. I owe you big time.
Yes, you do.
Oh, thanks, Panther. I owe you big time.
It's time to collect. Oh, okay, we can walk this way. That's some good bush tucker. Okay, so we did both these. Let's first just take a look around.
Guess which panther won't be spending the night in the slow roaster guest bed?
This is a sleeping platform. It's a bed that keeps the creepy crawlies off you, especially witchetty grubs out for revenge.
No, for revenge. Yeah, she's even preparing one over there. Ah, it goes back to this. Okay. Oh, boomerang.
Have some. It's kangaroo. Children cannot eat kangaroo meat. It gives them nightmares.
Really? Why's that?
Because that way there's more left for the adults.
What? You want the adults to eat all the kangaroo?
This woman is cooking kangaroo meat. People who eat too much get a little jumpy.
Waka waka. Australia's native peoples. Aborigines first migrated to Australia from Indonesia 50,000 years ago. About 500 tribes formed, each with its own language and customs. Many Aborigines died from violence and diseases when the Europeans came, and others took on European customs to some degree. Very few still follow their traditional way of life in the outback. Although the 230,000 Aborigines alive make up only 1% of the Australian population, they are very important to the spirit of Australia. The Aborigines lived off the land, hunting and gathering food. Once they had scoured the land around a campsite for food, they moved on to a new place so the old land could renew itself. Each group stayed within a certain area where they and their ancestors had lived for centuries. There was no leader or chief in the tribe. Abe and knowledge brought a person respect, and men often had more power than women. Parents traditionally arranged the marriage of their daughter while she was still a child, but she moved in with her husband only after some years had passed. A boy was considered a child until he went through a special ritual that made him a man. At this ritual, he often had to endure hunger, pain, and isolation. Often some of his teeth were pulled out and he was scarred with a knife. Aborigines believed that during this ritual, a spirit swallowed the boy and then spat him out again into a new adult life. Girls sometimes underwent similar rituals. Aboriginal tribes passed down an enormous amount of information from generation to generation about the land and about how to find food. They also passed down beliefs about the creation of the world. These beliefs came from the legends of the dreaming. Aboriginal art has many forms. A churunga is a board or stone with patterns cut into it. A ranga is a wooden pole painted with ochre and decorated with hanging ropes. Another art style is called X-ray art by Australians. Paintings of the insides of animals and people's bodies. Aborigines painted on cave walls, rocks, sand, bark, and their own bodies. An Aboriginal child painted in preparation for a ritual. Yima sumac? How about some poison sumac? Music and dance are very important as well. One instrument is the didgeridoo, a long wooden wind instrument carved from a tree branch. Clapping sticks are another main instrument. Aborigines may stamp, clap, or pound on the ground with boomerangs or clubs to create a rhythm. Men and women dance separately. Singing and dancing can have a religious meaning, or it can just be for fun. There are many traditional stories and chants in the old Aboriginal languages. Older people and some younger people speak these languages. Creole, what is it, Creole? Creole? A mixture of Aboriginal language and English is also spoken. This man is playing an instrument called a didgeridoo while children look on. I see. Okay, it's the same hotspot.
This boy speaks English, Creole, Wiradjuri, and Klingon. He learned Klingon from Worf on Star Trek.
Are you sure you didn't take the Klingon language training lab simulator that we did? That's how we learned Klingon. Very impressive. So yeah, okay, it is pronounced Creole. Interesting. Strine, language in Australia. Australia was formed as a nation under the British Empire, so English is the national language. But the Australians speak a special type of English with their own accent and some of their own words and sayings. Other English speakers can understand the Australian dialect, but it has a unique sound. The Australian dialect is often called strine, because that's what the word Australian slurred with the native accent sounds like. Strine diverged from British English because Australia is so far from England. The language was isolated and evolved on its own. Some of the slang spoken by the convicts who first settled Australia, including Cockney slang, influenced the Australian language English strongly. Australians also adopted some words from Aboriginal languages. These Aboriginal languages numbered about 260 at the time of colonization. They are related to each other, but are totally different from all languages outside Australia. Many of the languages and dialects have died out as traditional ways of life ended, but others survive, such as Mabuyag and the Western Desert language. There is no native alphabet for Aboriginal languages, but versions of the Latin alphabet have been used to write them down. G'day, Mum, Pops, how you going? Call me Bruce. These are the Aussie slang words for hello, mother, father, how are you, and my name is Bruce. Is that really slang to say call me something? Okay. Kalpa. Yeah, we played Star Trek Klingon, and we had to learn how to speak Klingon before playing the game.
Change your mind?
This woman is cooking kangaroo meat. People who eat too much get a little jumpy.
Indeed, indeed.
Did you grab my grubs?
I did.
This is a painting on tree bark. Bird eggs are used to make the paint sticky.
Sticky paint. Totems, Aboriginal spirits and animals. Totems are a major part of the Aborigine spiritual life. A totem is an animal, plant, or feature of the land that people feel a special spiritual link to. Even though Aborigines feel connected to everything in nature, each Aborigine has a special totem that represents their clan or group. Another way Aborigines express their spiritual link to animals is through the stories they tell about them. One of these stories explains why the kangaroo hops on its back legs. Originally, the kangaroo walked on 4 legs, but one day a man who was hunting chased after it. The kangaroo was surprised that this 2-legged creature could run just as fast as the 4-legged kangaroo himself. Soon he saw a campfire in the distance and knew that the man was resting. The kangaroo got up on its 2 back feet to tiptoe away quietly. When the kangaroo realized that he was walking on 2 legs, he decided to test out this new way of moving. He discovered that by hopping, he could move much faster than a man could, and he has been hopping ever since. Painting of a kangaroo done by an Australian Aborigine. Dude whose name I don't know. Oh yeah, that could be.
Did you grab my grubs?
I did.
This is a didgeridoo. Instead of broken strings, the player has to worry about splinters.
Okay, we already read that. Alright, let's give this man his grubs. Witchetty grubs. Oh my god. He's eating out of her hand? Oh, I thought he was eating. He just... mouth was watering.
Ah, thank you. I knew you would provide.
Can I have your didgeridoo now?
This is a didgeridoo.
No, we know
Instead of...
Play it again, Sam.
This is our totem. Those are our sacred animals, and they cannot be hunted in these woods. Our ancestors passed them on to us from our dreaming.
Dreaming?
The dream time. Find one of these for yourself, and I will play it for you. Teach you about our dreaming. This instrument is called a didgeridoo. It's made of hollowed wood.
You prefer it to the vuvuzela? Does sound pretty awesome. It did not sound so good, PR, with the PVC pipe. Alright, so we probably have to go back into the woods to find one, I imagine. We can't take yours. I have changed my mind on the kangaroo meat. Actually, no, I haven't.
Change your mind?
Not as such. Maybe I can take some of your sleeping platform. Okay, remember he said he owes us. Can we use this stick to fashion it as a didgeridoo?
Oh, thanks, Panther. I owe you big time.
Can you give me another tree branch so I can make my own didgeridoo? Apparently you cannot. What if I get you more eucalyptus leaves? Oh, nope, sorry, I forgot to set the,
I think I better leave something for the koala bears.
Well, I was trying to get more for the koala bears. That's exactly why I went there.
I'm psyching myself up over here for that huge mound of termites. Mouth-watering, ain't it?
A lot of bugs.
A lot of bugs. Okay, we can get more information about where to get harvest for something for the didgeridoo.
At peace with nature, as you can tell. Was that you that rang my bell?
Say, what is a flidgery-spoo? I mean, Kalamazoo. A wizzery foo. An herbal shampoo?
You mean a didgeridoo. It's a musical instrument made from an enormous hollow tree branch. Sounds like this.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, right.
Toodles.
Toodaloo. Yeah, whatchamacallit, Down Under Dan was also an Australian game, too, of course.
It's still not a didgeridoo. It needs to be hollowed.
Oh, give it to the termites. I'll hollow it out.
It's still not a didgeridoo.
All right. All you do is complain.
I'd do anything for the kid, honest. You know, it's very dry in Australia. Sometimes there isn't enough water to drink. I let Joey drink my saliva right from my mouth.
Now that's love.
Waka waka.
I'm a beaver, I'm a duck, I'm a fish, I'm a bird, I'm Phyllis Diller. Oh, it's confusing.
Phyllis Diller.
Yeah, Ma.
Is he adorable?
Ma, you're embarrassing me.
I gotta go until we can loop it.
I'd do anything for the kid, honest.
Now that's love.
Okay. Whoa. Sounded almost there like a proposition from a grizzled stew there. Whoa. Whoa.
Oh, thanks, Panther. I owe you big time.
Yes, you do.
I'm a duck-billed platypus. Is it me or...
At peace with nature, as you can tell. Was that you that rang my bell?
Say, what is a flidgery-spoo? I mean...
You mean
Oops. Alright, so we gotta get a hollow branch of some kind, or at least take that one and then get it hollowed out. I don't know why. Oh, what? When did we get... Oh, this is the magazine from the plane? Ah, about the burger. Okay, about the burgers. The dog burgers. Alright.
A lot of bugs.
Indeed. Hmm. Can we ask him for advice about where to find good sticks for the didgeridoo? What game are you playing, Peter?
Where's your didgeridoo?
Right here.
You will miss the corroboree.
The what?
Where's your didgeridoo?
Trying to find one. Ooh. Son, can you help me hunt for one?
Guess which panther won't be spending the night in the slow roaster guest bed?
Slow roasting. Hey, Pudding. It depends what point of view. It's a very complex question to answer. Alright, so I think we got it. We probably just have to hollow it out. I think the termites would be the best way to do it, but maybe we need something else.
Change your mind?
Okay, maybe I can... Anyone care for some reading material? No? Last chance. Alright.
You will miss the corroboree.
Corroboree. Yeah, I mean, it's alright. I'd be having more fun with it probably if we were geared to a little bit of a older audience. I mean, since it's because it's for kids, like, the puzzling is very, obviously, extremely straightforward. So the bigger challenge is either like pixel hunting or, you know, some of the more sort of frustrating things with hotspots. It's hard not to look past all of the complete insensitivity to racial stereotyping. That's a little hard to get around, honestly. I mean, I like that most of the educational stuff is pretty good, and I have learned a few things, so I can't deny it. So it's a very mixed bag in that regard. Obviously, it's a product of its time, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's completely excusable. I mean, it's not the first time we've run into these problematic type games. We've certainly seen more than our fair share. Even like Sierra had a bunch of those with like Police Quest 4, where there's definitely iffy stuff going on. But yeah, it's a little bit, I don't know. After playing it for 3 straight days or whatever it's been, it's kind of like a little like overly loud. I mean, I guess that, you know, they're trying to be that way for kids, but it's wearing me down a bit.
It's still not a didgeridoo. It needs to be hollowed.
Yeah, but can't you pick it up so we can hollow it out? I don't have any other items. With the termites carrot. So how do we get this over to the termites is the question.
I'm all grubbed out.
I'm not. Okay, we can't do anything more with the tree. Can we get this guy to take it over to the termites if we're incapable of doing that? It's strange. Yeah, I mean, it's good animation.
Mouth-watering, ain't it?
Not exactly. Say, can you carve wood?
I leave that to the little guys.
Too bad.
Hey!
Ready, set,
here we go.
lick!
Oh my god. I'm just gonna shove him in my chest. Here we go.
Mites don't fail me now. Fancy chewing, guys. Thanks.
They're already gone. That was the best he could do with playing the didgeridoo. It was a honk. Well, I don't take offense. I didn't make Sierra LucasArts games. Everyone's entitled to their opinions. All right, so we're gonna give this to you.
Now put your lips around it and blow while I tell you about dreaming.
Here we go, another musical number.
History is drafted down on paper. We keep our legends in a place we feel they will be safer. Many moons ago, in a time that we call dreaming, our ancestors paved the way and showed us nature's meanings. Dreaming in the dream time, our history is this land. Passed on to us from our dreaming time. Dreaming in the dream time, our history is this land. Dreaming in the dream time, look close, it's in my hand. Dreaming in the dream time, our history's told in story. Oh, dreaming in the dream time, this land's rich with all our glory. Now each animal has its legend, from each tradition stems a tale. We whisper chants into the winds, and across our lands they sail. For over 40,000 years we danced beneath the hot sun. But when the settlers first arrived, they claimed this land belonged to no one. No one. Dreaming in the dream time, our history is this land. Our history is this land. Dreaming in the dream time, look close, it's in my hand. Our hand. Dreaming in the dream time,
In the Dreamtime, people could change into their totem animals when they needed to or wanted to.
Really? So you mean if one of your people wanted to change into, say, a crocodile, it could be done?
In the Dreamtime, certainly. Today, it would take a spirit very connected to their dreaming to accomplish such a thing.
You think Kumokin is capable of such a thing?
I used to think so. When he was a boy, he only knew our people, our land, our language. Now he wants to live in urban cities, go to special coldy camps and drink wah-wah. I don't know. He has not yet been traditionally initiated into manhood, and if he never is, he cannot ever truly carry on his heritage.
Well, what do you mean by initiated into manhood?
We have our customs. We have our traditions.
I didn't mean to pry.
I am sorry. You do not understand what has happened to our people. This land was ours before Australia was colonized. Us, Aborigines, as you call us, served this land. This was our kingdom.
500,000 Aboriginals lived on this land when white men arrived. Half that many were murdered. Today, we are only 1% of the population in Australia.
We?
We have always embraced strangers. The first white people to arrive at our land were not settlers. They were prisoners.
Prisoners?
Our people accepted the white man's outcasts. In return, they attempted to exterminate our race. Like what happened to the Tasmanians. Completely extinct.
And so you feel that when your child strays from his homeland...
He is helping to complete the genocide. We must keep our history alive. It was not so long ago that white men took our children from us, forced us to live on reserves, took us there in chains, beat us for speaking our language and for practicing our religions, infected us with their foreign diseases, broke our spirit.
I'm sorry.
For what? You didn't do anything. You don't have any strange diseases, do you?
If being long, pink, and single is a disease, then don't even try to cure me.
Okay. Is this Kurokin disguised as a crocodile?
The croc.
Kumokin, I know his eyes.
He traveled here from Camp Chili Wawa.
Kumokin's spirit. There is something wrong at the camp. There is danger where Kumokin has come from. He says you are needed at that place.
Agreed.
Tell Kumokin I'm coming. I'll call my jet.
Oh wow, that's it for Australia?
Don't worry, I'm a secret agent. Your son is in good hands.
There are only 2
I know
scenes.
He is Pink Panther.
Wow, okay. Like that croc just jamming out. Oh dear God. Oh wow, so they were robots, huh? Maybe cyborg replacements? Okay, I'm gonna call this save game slot Cyborg Wawa for Camp Chili Wawa. Look at this. Alright, what do we got? So like pumping in dirt? Mud?
This should come in handy later.
Get some blueprints? Wow, okay, so it's not being flown by the dogs. Mike.
Don't count your chickens before they're hatched, Dogfather. I'll be needing this for evidence.
Ah, more of our evidence, eh? Should we be... Maybe we should be storing that in the... Yeah, let's check it out in the cellar. Clock tower. Ooh, they boarded up something back there. Interesting. Okay.
Secret hiding place.
Did your stuff. Put that in there for evidence. The flag. And do we want to put the blueprints in there too? We do, we do. All right, we got. Oh, it looks like we're gonna have room for another one. We don't. Do we have anything else? Oh yeah, the magazine from the plane. Throw that in there too. Okay, that's all we have now. We need to get more evidence. What's going on behind here? Oh, we can't even click on. Oh, wait, can we? No, we can't. There's just a lawnmower.
That rusty old thing won't work. Trust me.
All right, we'll have to come back. Let's check out what's going on with these cyborg kids. So yeah, we weren't sure whether they were imposters or they were brainwashed, and turns out they are imposters, which I guess in retroactively speaking, or in retrospect, it makes sense why even what's his name, Von Schmarty, was like short-circuiting or whatever.
Hi there, little fella.
Hi. His face just came off.
Is it full yet?
Yikes. Hello, little girl.
Try and catch me. You're it.
Here's Nigel.
Sorry I was nasty before. Why don't you go for a swim? Go for a swim.
Yikes.
Floats down.
So that's what happens if you don't wait an hour to swim after eating.
Oh, so there's still 6,000 left. That's cool, Andron. That's good. Good news. Pumping out this. All right. Do we have anything? And now all of the cabins are now down. But we can go to the airport, apparently. We might actually have to do that. Let's click on it. Let's see if the guy is about. The director of the camp. Huff and puff. Blow his house down. Oh.
I said when the time is right.
I can't pretend that everything is okay anymore. I'm cracking up.
No one goes anywhere until all my plans are finalized.
I'm warning you. I'll tell Pink Panther. Then you'll be in deep water, worse off than the real kids, if you know what I mean.
Okay, where are the real children, you canine trickster?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Pink Panther.
That's right, boss. Boy, you've got real nostrils to pull a stunt like this.
I had to go along. He blackmailed me. He said he would turn the children into dog burgers, I swear.
Kidnapping the children and planning to turn Chili Wawa into one of your lucrative dog burger restaurants? How low can you stoop?
This low.
You're gonna get locked away for this.
Oh, yeah? You can't prove nothing.
Can you?
You ain't got enough evidence to convict me, Panther.
I must have overlooked a piece of evidence somewhere.
Oh no.
I'll find it if I have to turn this whole camp upside down.
Or we're gonna have to go fly back to the airport to fly back to one of the countries where apparently we may have missed something. I hope not. Because yeah, there was an empty spot in that chamber there. Oh no. Alright, so we gotta find the missing piece of evidence. Okay. We gotta turn this camp upside down to look for it. Alright, so maybe it's at the airport, but we're not actually gonna be flying anywhere. I hope. Well, dark. Spoilers. Don't spoil. Alright, there's something in this toolbox. Oh, we got the hammer? The hammer had been outside the whole time. Okay. So we got a hammer. Let's go back to Bhutan.
This plane hasn't been restocked with barf bags. We can't fly yet.
Alright, so we're not flying anywhere. Alright, but we did get a hammer.
This plane hasn't been refueled yet.
Okay, so we can use the hammer. Oh, I guess to pry off those boards in the cellar. With the back of the hammer. Perhaps. Well, Knox, maybe the way to think about it is maybe he's lucky that we let him go, huh? Don't always assume that they have the upper hand. Uh-huh. The upper hoof, yes. I like that. Wait, what happened when we couldn't pick it up?
Holy socks and sweaters! It's worse than I expected! I better take one of these for evidence.
Yoink. So do we want to stash them all here or pick them all up and then show it to the guy? The dog father.
It lights up.
Can we take more? Looks like C-3PO's head. No, there's no more room for that. Alright, so maybe we'll keep down this stuff here for safekeeping and then show him the other head, I suppose. Alright. Do we need to plug this in? Who knows? Oh, if it lights up, yeah. Hold on. Can you screw this in like a light bulb here? No? Aw, come on, game. Missed opportunity. A missed opportunity, no doubt. For safekeeping pudding, so no one gets to the evidence. See, like we can get knocked out, but we still have the evidence in a safe place.
Oh, you again. What you got now? You ain't got enough evidence to convict me, Panther.
I must have overlooked a piece of evidence somewhere. I'll find it if I have to turn this whole camp upside down.
Okay, so I guess maybe we do need it all in our inventory. Alright. Which is weird why they had us stashing it there then. It is a little strange. Okay. Alright, so let's just try picking everything up and going back.
This should be enough to convict him.
Here we go, okay. Yoink. But now he could just wipe us out, because we've got all the evidence on us. Unneeded inventory to other countries. Yeah, well, that's from a game design perspective, sure, Dark, but you also have to rationalize it from a narrative standpoint.
You're gonna get locked away for this.
Oh, yeah? You can't prove nothing, can you?
I found a little article written about you in Private Jet Quarterly. Not to mention your premature sailing of the Dog Burger flag. And the evidence I uncovered proving that the kids aren't really kids at all. Remote-controlled robots, Dog Dad? Pretty clever. And then there's this blueprint outlining your plans to turn Camp Chili Wawa into one of your lucrative dog burger restaurants. Plus this decoded hieroglyphic note that tells me the real Chione is having a great time, wherever she is. And not to mention this phony postcard you forged to Nigel's family, riddled with spelling mistakes when Nigel is a champion speller.
My plan worked perfectly. I programmed the robots to hate Camp Chili Wawa no matter what happened. Now the Better Camping Bureau has shut the place down and I can open my restaurant as soon as the paperwork goes through. Would you like some fries with your burger?
I would.
There will be no fries, and there will be no burgers! I'll find the real kids and turn you in!
I won't hold my breath.
I wish you would.
Come on, get him!
Oh, we're doing this again? Okay, hang on. Get a new save game in here. Okay, 18 BCB dogs, the doggos. Can we get all the evidence back? See, this is why you shouldn't have overplayed your hand here. Camera just runs out. You left the evidence under the table? Or the desk?
I gotta hide somewhere.
Go to the airport. Hide in that tunnel. The hangar. I guess it's a hangar. What? That wasn't where I told you to go.
I gotta hide somewhere.
All right, go to the cellar. Board yourself up back there. Ooh, there's some extra items here now. Or we could actually go under it. That would be great if we went into the floorboards. Okay, we can't actually go there. Interesting. All right, yeah, let's go into the floorboards. That'd be cool. All of a sudden the lights went out because, yeah, this is now not yellow. It's black. Strange. By the way, what do we have with us still? Oh, this head. Interesting. Can we use that? Can we use that? Oh, we can use that there now. Nice. So what happened to the light bulb that had been there?
Works perfectly as an overhead light.
What? So what happened to the light bulb that was there? It's strange. All right, now we can get this stuff. A jetpack? Vacuum?
Oh no, the battery's dead.
Plug it in, plug it in. This isn't really a place to hide. He's going on the... Oh, no. Can you do it again? Or? Oh, here, get the extension cord. Haha.
Now we're cooking with gas.
I guess I'm up for a little game of hide and seek.
I see someone here.
Fee, fi, fo, fairs. Methinks I smell a big nose beneath them stairs.
Aha. Alright, we're looking for more hide-go-seeky. Someone in here. Underneath the mud.
Marco?
Hello.
I was waiting for the boxers to come off too. No more music. Okay, let's see if we're up. What else do we have? Anyone in the window in the shack? Not that we can see. Oh, someone in the.
Come out wherever you are.
Nobody's hiding in the smokestack, man. Everybody's busy hiding in other places. Come again some other day.
The Pink Panther. All right, so only one more guy to find the ringleader here. Where could he be? Okay, we're gonna get to get under the stairs. there, probably in the distance somewhere. That's still sparking. You would think down here, but we didn't see him run that. Oh, he's right behind the flagpole. Look right there.
You dirty, dirty dog.
You dirty dog.
Now I just need to find the kids.
The kids. Is it the original, Mike, from the 60s, or is it this version from the 90s? Where the kids at? In the mud. Biodome? Yes.
We were trapped in a bubble, but now we're free to go back to our friends and families. We didn't know what happened, we were taken by surprise. Camp Chili Wawa disappeared before our very eyes. We sat and waited for our break.
Distracted by toys and games and fun, we prayed the plan would come undone.
We were trapped in a bubble, but now we're out. So I'll sail off on my airboard,
And I will scream and shout.
the danger brought us closer. We shared a grief. If we could do this, we can do world peace. Well, the Piggy Doctor had a plan. He thought a massive chili wawa that'll buy the land. But he never took the time out to stop and think that he couldn't pull a nothing on my man Pig. We're trapped in a bubble, but now we're loose.
So I'll party all night long.
I will shake like a booth.
Oh my god.
We're glad we came, but now it's time to go. Keep in touch. Write me letters.
No.
We missed you. You saved us. This is the best summer camp ever. What's happening? It's something terrible.
The end.
I heard about what you did over there, Panther. Most impressive. You realize you'll be decorated for this?
I had suspected as much.
I had an overwhelming number of requests for your services this morning, what with the news just out.
I see. And have you selected my next assignment?
Very dangerous.
Of course.
Assignment entails high combat, espionage, and fish sticks on Wednesdays.
Fish sticks on Wednesdays?
That's right, Panther. Undercover lunch lady. I've already ordered your hairnet. It's a cutting-edge school. They've implemented the spork. Close-minded Panther, a job is a...
Good job beating the game, and I am a goddamn master of horseback archery and oat. Epo Cham.
Thank you, BDR, for the $5. Thank you. And that's it. After 9 hours and 37 minutes, the Pink Panther, passport to Peril, has had its passport stamped with victory. We traveled all around the world. Gathered enough evidence, Duff Oil, the Better Camper Bureau, and the dastardly Doug plans for fast food restaurants. The kids of Camp Chiliwawa had been saved. I was gonna say I'm surprised there's not a song to end it, but here we go. Thank you. Yeah, I'm muted. Yeah, that's right, soldier. Yeah, I was saying my favorite song in the game is probably an earlier one. I have to hear the earlier songs. I think it was probably one of the first 2 or 3. It's probably my favorite. I was saying I was surprised they are still doing this full song against no visuals whatsoever. It's kind of surprising. What was the song in England? Yeah, very dated stereotype. So yeah, I mean, all in all, like, this game, if nothing else, was not mailed in. I mean, they put a lot of effort not only into the animation, but the jokes, you know, some of which failed, but others were like legitimately good. The humor, pretty decent, and obviously they put a lot of effort into the musical numbers. Your mileage may vary in how they resonated with you personally, but they definitely put a lot of effort into it. So yeah, production value is very, very high on this. And I think the educational was by and large quite good. Oh, okay, so here's the jukebox. The educational content, like, I think from an educational game, this game was mostly successful. I mean, some of it is a little obsolete, obviously playing it 24 years later. And again, I mean, the biggest problems with the game were, again, these cultural stereotypes that were basically, at best, you can say they're problematic. Another interpretation would say downright racist in some ways. But you know, for cartoon stuff, I guess, on the whole, it's still probably better. You know, kids get exposed to, you know, different like cultures and ways of life. So it can kind of appreciate and like that part of the game. On the other hand, there were like some parts like that area where like they had two kids at the camp were fighting about who had the better country. I forgot what aspect they were arguing about, but I'm like, it's not good to really even be showing that. Anyway, so yeah, it was kind of it's sort of like on the one hand, I wanted to like the game more than I could, but like some of that racist stuff was a little hard to see past because it was just so pervasive and just, I mean, it was just central to the game. It wasn't like a stray line here or there. So.
Guy Fawkes was in charge of the
Oh yeah, Guy Fawkes, right? That was the mummification one.
1 billion people in China. We're over 1 billion large.
In time, in Bhutan, we may change.
Oh, this was a good one too. In time, Bhutan. That's probably one of the better ones. I didn't really care for that one. I thought that was probably the worst song from like a content perspective. See, this isn't my type of music, but it was pretty convincing in that Girl in the Tower 90s love ballad type type theme that they were actually going for. So I think what they set out to do with this one is actually pretty impressive. This one, I really like this art. I don't know if the music wasn't as... Yeah, maybe the In Time Bhutan was probably my favorite. Wait, was this one? But the mummification one was easy. Mocking. Charge of the explosion. So anyway, this is, or this was, Pink Panther's Passport to Peril. So does the songs take you here? Yeah, it does. Okay, so that was songs. We saw the PDA stuff, the navigator. And then you can say, I just won. We would kick up Internet Explorer to go to the website to register that we won the game. But unfortunately, oh, look at this. It actually loads. I guess because it's loading from the C drive. It's not actually taking. Okay. Waterlust. Intel. I just won. What now? Did you solve the mystery? If so, we'd like to know. Click this link to tread where only the tippy-toppest of top agents get to go. In the event you get error message or encounter other problems connected to the internet, please contact your internet service provider for assistance in correcting the problem. For more information, click here. Tippy-toppest. Well, there you get your. There you can see the URL down below. But yeah, wanderlust.com got long since overtaken. Because when they changed their name, and then they lost the domain. Oh man, then we can. Oh, the internet connection wizard. Oh, the nostalgic feels. Xfinity, no, I'd have to call Fios. I'm a Verizon Fios. I would dare to call Fios to ask why the connection has been so crappy the last 6 to 8 weeks. Yeah. So, anyway. Thank you, Dark, for the pick. The Pink Panther, Passport to Peril. Very memorable game. We'll now head to our Hall of Adventure. Bookcase number 2. We're going to add game number 274, Pink Panther's Passport to Peril. Put it up on the shelf.